What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of the D-Pad Connect podcast. As always, I am your host, George, and alongside me, my brother, my friend, the ultimate Pokemon and shiny hunter himself, Brandon.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's you? It's you, Brandon.
That's me.
Imagine. I remember that show.
Yeah.
What is it? Ashley, right? That was her name?
Yep.
Yeah. She was also very mean, which for those of you guys that watched all that.
It was the best show.
It was a really good show.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for listening and watching. If you're listening to us, you can, or if you want to listen to us, but if you are already listening to us, you're most likely doing it on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, or on Anchor.fm, where you can find all of our podcasts updated weekly, usually over the weekend now, because we've become very busy people. So normally we would do Friday, but I think by Sunday night has been kind of our goal to get them uploaded. So if you're listening or if you're watching us on youtube.com, where you can like, share, and subscribe to our videos and our channel, and share them with people, you will notice that we've been uploading a little bit later than usual, but fear not, we have not given up the dream. We're simply just busy human beings. So
that annoying thing called life is
yes. Yes, if I could podcast all day, every day, and get paid for it, trust me, I'd be more than willing to do it. Brandon would be with me all day.
Yeah, I would.
But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching and listening. And today we have a pretty brief and action-packed show, I would say. And by action, I mean just filled with different topics. But if I ever say action again and Brandon pulls out like a samurai sword and starts like chopping, then you know what happened. But
I put on my keyblade. It's right over here.
Yeah, there you go. You're always ready. Always ready. Well, speaking of keyblades, Brandon, I got a story for you. So as you guys have noticed, I've been trapped in the Velvet Room, which looks like jail, for about a few weeks now. And I made my escape. And I'm back in the same place that got me caught in the first place. And I'm still trying to take this rusty Master Sword. I got some WD-40 with me, though, to see if that works. And and hopefully we can get this bad boy out of here and I can become the hero of time.
You know that reminds me of, or this reminds me of? It's like the story of the guy that finds $1 in the street, gets hit by a car, gets knocked out. He wakes up and he goes back to the same $1. Gets hit by a car again. Just rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat, trust me. And I'm probably going to be in jail by next week, so look, pay attention to the background next week. But without further ado, guys, we always open up with what have we been playing, watching, or reading. But we also have a few other topics. As you guys know, the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer came out, which I will be nerding out about alongside Brandon. Yes, I will be. Oh, I will be, Brandon. And then our very own Brandon, our Pokemon expert here, has a bunch to tell us about the last Pokemon Direct that we just had. Maybe a week ago, right, Brandon? A week ago?
Yeah, about a week and a half, roughly. Maybe 2 weeks.
Week and a half
at this point.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks. I would agree with you. But Brandon's going to talk to us about his thoughts on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Pokemon Arceus, or the God of Pokemon, however you want to call him. I just don't want poor Brandon to say it because Arceus is literally behind him. I don't want him to shoot a laser hyper beam at him. And you were probably wondering if we were going to do the creepy Pokédex entries today, but there's a lot to talk about Pokemon related, so we're going to save those for the next week.
Yeah.
Because between Spider-Man and us opening up about what have we been watching, playing, or reading, and then Brandon giving us his thoughts on Pokemon, it's probably going to be a pretty packed show. So let's get going to it, Brandon. Let's get right into it.
All right.
What have you been watching, playing, or reading?
Okay. So watching... What have I been watching, actually? I've been trying to watch the recent My Hero episode, but it's not dubbed yet, so I have to wait till probably Monday.
Gotcha. Is that usually when they upload it?
I think so. Probably by Sunday, but I usually check on Monday and it's there. But I guess some weeks like this one, it's not there for some reason. So I'm always hoping for like 2 episodes of dub back to back, but that's never the case. It's always just one a week. Yeah, I don't think I've really been watching much this week. I haven't watched the What If episode this week. I'll watch that probably on Monday.
That one was all right this week, I'd say.
Who was it featuring?
It's definitely Nick Fury, so it's cool to have Samuel L. Jackson in the voice. Very different, story, because it's pretty much what happens if somebody's targeting all of the Avengers. So it's like, and I'll say spoiler alert, but really it's not. It's in the title, so I'll give everybody a few seconds before I say anything else. All right, your seconds are up. So, Brandon, what it has is, not to spoil it for you either, but it's pretty much like, how Nick Fury was trying to assemble the Avengers throughout all the movies?
Yeah.
Before the Avengers movie. Mm-hmm. So it's what would happen if during each one of those movies the person literally just got killed.
Oh, really? Okay.
I won't say anything more than that because literally that's in the trailer. That's why I left it at that.
Yeah.
But you find out what's actually going on, who's targeting them, whatever the case may be in the episode. But I would say it was all right compared to the second episode. That's still my favorite so far.
Yeah, that was the second one was a good one. I will say.
Yeah.
But that one sounds interesting though.
Yeah. So let me know what you think next week when you watch it.
All right. Yeah, not really much watching this week. As far as playing though. Went back to playing some Avengers. Close to leveling up Cap. I need to just do the DLCs and just get it over with, and then level up the characters. But I'm doing it backwards. I'm like leveling up Cap. I'm finally about to reach level 50 with him, and then I'm gonna start with someone else, and this is gonna just go all the way. So I just need to do the DLCs and get that done, because I'm never gonna get to it at this point.
Yeah, and I keep hearing that Black Panther's character in the game is actually like one of the best right now to pick from.
Yeah, it's killing me not to play his character right now, but I want to play the character. But yeah, my OCD. It's taking
right, man.
The best of me. What else have I been playing? Oh, we played the Aliens Fire
Team.
Fire Team. I'm about to look at it. Aliens Fire Team with you and Joey, and that game is really fun. It reminds me a lot of Left 4 Dead, like with the regular horde of, I guess in this case, aliens, and then you got the special aliens every now and then, like spitters and the one that like pounces on you. I forget what that one's called.
Yeah, the one me and you hate, which, just quick thoughts on the game while we're talking about it here. Mm-hmm. Repetitive, for $40 it is what it is, but get kind of tiring after a while, but that's a whole different story. But the one me and you hate is the one that hits you in the hallway and then runs off, and you gotta keep sneaking up behind you.
Yeah, he's such a jerk. And then there was that one where we were running down the ramp, and I think Joey went first, and he was like charging in. I was behind him, and you were behind me, and then there was like a random hallway on the right. A huge alien just came out of nowhere and jumped on me, and that scared the crap out of me. I wish I saved the clip, but I was in the moment. I just forgot.
Yeah. No, I find it funny because it's like, they do a good job of doing that. The graphics aren't that great compared to other games, but if we're having fun with this, I think Back 4 Blood might be pretty cool to try to play together too.
It's definitely fun with when you're playing with friends, especially when you're getting scared, getting the crap scared out of you. What else have I been playing? The Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you, me, and Jesse played that. I think Nate's trying to get it soon. We did the survival mode. We didn't last that long.
No, until that guy helped us.
Yeah, exactly. That was the iconic moment where I accidentally swore. I don't know how I did it.
I think for me, and for those listening, of course, we're not going to repeat the swear here, but we can tell you what it sounded like, because it was just Brandon trying to say that word, and it just kind of messed up in transition. But it was definitely a beachful moment. Yeah,
and that's what it was, because it was the beach that was getting attacked, and then I saw the cliff getting attacked, and at first I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the beach, and then I saw the cliff getting attacked, and it was like, oh great, now it's getting attacked.
Yeah. And we were like, whoa, Brandon, all right, take it easy.
And then everybody woke up when I said that.
Everybody did wake up because we know nobody really swears around here. So
Yeah, and I'm always so vigilant to not swear at all.
Yeah, you're a really good substituter of words, is what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually replace it with dingus or something.
Yeah, dingus or frack. Well, that was definitely pretty eventful, Brandon. But anything else you've been playing besides those?
Not really, but back on the Switch, still shiny hunting, and I did re-download Pokemon Quest, not for the gameplay because the game is still pretty terrible. But
yeah, it's funny because the game was like, "Oh, this is fun," and then like 2 weeks later, you're like,
"Yeah, it's not good." And I guess the recent update they finally added the second generation in there. But this game has been out for years now, and they're just now getting the second gen in there. That's not good. That's too long of a gap.
Way too long.
Yeah, I think people only played at this point for shiny hunting because you can't get shinies in that. I did get one by accident, and I didn't even know you could get shinies at that point.
What did you get?
It was Ekans.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty surprise. It was a very nice surprise because I didn't even know shinies existed in there.
Yeah, how do you refresh my memory because it's been literally years since I played that. How do you catch the Pokemon in there again? I forget.
I guess it's basically like you put the berries or ingredients into a pot, and it says 0 of 3 when you start it, so you have to go on 3 different like adventures or expeditions. And once you do that, the pot's ready. It opens up and it draws in a Pokemon out of nowhere. And
that's what it was. Now I remember. Yeah, you see like the silhouette, and then it comes in running or whatever. Yeah,
and then it could be shiny or not. I don't really know the odds in that game, but I got one.
There you go. Yeah, no, that'd probably get me really upset if I cooked a meal like 50 billion times and got nothing good.
Yeah. 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 I think that's really it for me. I tried getting back on Chaos Bane a bit. Didn't really get too far with it or play that much in it this time, but yeah, that's probably about it.
Gotcha. Not bad, man. Not bad. So, I mean, for me, watching same thing as you. Been watching What If. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This is and Nate's gonna kill me for one of these comments that I'm gonna make, but I feel the same way about Shaman King, like finishing it wise, that I feel about Final Fantasy VII remake. So I'm gonna die, is what I'm saying. But you guys, all three of you guys beat that game. I have it on the PS5 now with the upgraded res graphics and all that stuff. I have no motivation to finish it, like at all. I just don't, and it doesn't. Like, I'm about to look up a YouTube video and just watch the end and just call it a day. And I'm probably still going to get the next one and try to do it. But I don't know why I haven't been able to get into it like that. Yeah. But I guess for me, it's the chapter stuff. Like, I'm very into the whole how 15 was. You kind of did your own thing. You got there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you ran into random monsters, stuff like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the reason I said that was to say that I have not finished Shaman King, and I really have no motivation to do so.
I don't really blame you so much with that. It's a good show, but it's like not great, I guess.
No, and the thing was, it was so great when we were younger because I think anime was like starting to pick up steam here in the West. But for me, and I have to agree with IGN's comment on this, so I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. They said that it feels a little too late for them to come back with a reboot of an anime that doesn't seem to have improved on anything that it could have learned from the animes today. Like, those sword scenes, those fighting scenes, I mean, probably you can correct me if I'm wrong, when he fights the pointy hair kid. I forget his name again.
I forget his name too.
Ren? Is it Ren?
Ren, yes.
Yeah.
Ren.
So when he fights Ren, probably that fight is a bit better, but just watching the show from the beginning and watching like the beginning episodes where he was fighting certain people, and you would think it'd be a little bit more fast-paced compared to like My Hero and stuff like that. Or DBZ, even DBZ, which came out way before that anime.
Yeah.
You would think it, and it's a shonen anime, so that kind of surprises me. But nonetheless, I've not finished Shaman King. Been watching What If. Been watching Marvel movies. That's kind of like my comfort food right now. I just watch those, especially during these last 2 weeks. And as far as playing, I've been playing the same thing you said. You said 2 of the games that we've been playing. So Aliens Fireteam, which we're probably going to try again tonight.
Yeah.
And I've been playing whatever you guys play. So Ghost of Tsushima, multiplayer, or even single player. And then I actually went back to Horizon Zero Dawn because an update came out to make it play at 4K 60 frames per second on the PS5.
Yeah, my friend texted me that too.
Yeah, so it's a game. It's not like my top tier game for Sony games. And usually that's like Spider-Man and God of War and Last of Us.
Yeah.
But it's there with like Ghost of Tsushima, how I felt about Ghost, that I really enjoyed it. I think it's still a really good game, but it doesn't get me like Ratchet and Clank. Oh, Ratchet and Clank is another game, right? That's up there for me. But it doesn't hook me. It didn't hook me in like Ratchet and Clank. But I think what had happened is that the sword that I was trying to pull out in the background, that game came out a week before Horizon did.
Oh.
So I didn't beat Horizon until the summer of that year, and those 2 games came out like in March. So it took me a while to beat it, and I think that's what happened is that I fell out of it. But it's a great game. It's a really good game. I really enjoy the graphics, the story about it. It's very intriguing, very sci-fi. Yeah. I like that type of stuff. So yeah, I've been going back to those. I've been playing Psychonauts 2, which I think is really good so far. It's very platformy. You'd enjoy it, Brandon, because it has the voice of the guy that plays Invader Zim.
Actually, I don't even know his name. But I know the voice.
Yeah, that guy. But he does a toned down Invader Zim. So he does like a toned down, like he doesn't sound as like Zim sounds. Yeah. He's more like very, very low key. Yeah. And he plays Raz, which is the main character. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
And yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. And as far as reading, I've been going here and there to read Spider-Man comics on the Marvel app. But for the most part, it's just here and there. Like I haven't been actively pursuing to read. Yeah. It's more like if I, have a little bit of downtime, I'll pick up my iPad and do that real quick. But yeah, so Brandon, moving on to the next topic, which is probably gonna either make me and you fight over the whole Pokemon Spider-Man thing that we've been having going on recently, or actually we've ceased fire. We've been pretty good to each other. I haven't really said anything, unless you want me to say something right now. But okay. But I watched the No Way Home trailer. I am gonna be pretty tame here because 1, I'm really tired, but 2, I'm still really excited. And I mean, for me, I know a friend of mine had told me recently, he was like, oh, well, for the hype that it had around it, it left us wanting a little bit more. And for me, I didn't build that much hype. I just wanted to see something. Yeah. So I loved it. I mean, I of course loved it. I loved, seeing the fact that Doctor Strange is in it, of course, because they already confirmed that a long time ago. Seeing Doc Ock, which is...
Yeah.
So, from the original Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite.
I would say so, too. Yeah.
It's my favorite. I used to watch that movie just as a movie to relax to, even after watching it a million times. So, it's one of those that... it brings a lot of good emotions, Brandon. A lot of good emotions. I had to pause for a moment and really think about my words, because seeing Alfred Molina as Doc Ock is one of my favorite parts of that trailer. You know the "Hello Peter" line, and I know I sent you guys that meme yesterday where it was like, "Hello Peter, insta kill now," and it's like, wait, what? But hearing the Green Goblin laugh and seeing the pumpkin bomb that he throws, seeing there were also other hints of like Electro and Sandman and a few other characters from the Sinister Six, so that's kind of like what they're hinting at, which would make sense if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be there reprising their roles as Spider-Man, because he's going to need help. He's still really young. He hasn't fought the Sinister Six. Usually when they show Spidey fighting the Sinister Six, he's a little bit more mature. in his ability to understand. And I think they made the right move in doing this, because putting Peter to fight the MCU Peter to fight all 6 of those guys by himself, he'd get his butt whooped, because he's not as seasoned as like even Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is, which is a bit older.
Yeah.
So yeah, I geeked out. There's a theory going around that's not Doctor Strange. I can see why. We can discuss that in another video, because it'll take too long to break that down. And yeah, man, I just loved everything about it. I love where they're going. I love how they're hinting at stuff. I cannot wait to watch the movie. I geeked out like everybody else did. December can't come soon enough. I mean, I don't want the year to end. It's kind of flying by anyway, but I'm really looking forward to it. So I don't know if you had any thoughts on everything going on. So
yeah, well, my main thought and question was if the original Spider-Man, Andrew and Toby, if they were gonna also be part of it, which I assume they would, because it kind of hinted at when we saw Doc Ock. And I don't know, I could be wrong. I would assume that William Dafoe would be coming back as Green Goblin, but they didn't really show him yet, I don't think.
Yeah, no, and they didn't, but it has to be him, because one, that laugh is unique to him, and two, they were making the joke that if like the Green Goblin's there, but it's the Green Goblin from the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was horrible. That's I have to agree with my brother-in-law. He calls that Green Goblin the Treasure Troll Goblin.
Treasure Troll, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
He looks like the troll, the toll troll or whatever. Like, you can't cross this bridge.
but he's not the actual threat. He's all talk but no bite.
Exactly. He's like, look at me. I got your little pumpkin bombs over here. It's just like skipping around and just trying to hit you with stuff. Like, he didn't look intimidating at all.
Yeah.
For me, I hope that if it is him, that it's a multiverse version of him, and that he actually looks like the Green Goblin from the comics. The Green Goblin from the comics has like that mask, like kind of like that CG.
Yeah.
But I think they can CG him. I don't even think he needs a mask. I think he has the face for it. And this is, I'm echoing Joey's comments. Joey kind of said this, and I have to agree with him. They can really mold his face to make it look, because he has like I don't know if you've ever seen. You can look it up. Somebody photoshopped him as the Joker, and look up how he looks as the Joker, and then think about what the Green Goblin would look like.
Okay.
So you can add that picture here if you find it.
Yeah.
And people can see, but Willem Dafoe just has like a really wild smile and crazy looking face. Like he can make the Green Goblin look really crazy and sadistic like he's supposed to. So I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. I just cannot wait for that movie. As far as Doctor Strange being in the movie, for those of you that don't know, he was involved in the events after Civil War to erase him and Reed Richards, if I'm not mistaken, worked together to get the world to forget Spider-Man's identity after Civil War, because the big thing about Civil War is that Peter unmasks and tells the whole world that he's Spider-Man, kind of like Iron Man did in the first Iron Man movie in the MCU. So it's a lot to unpack, but I'm glad he's in it, because he was involved to a certain extent. A lot of people are scared that it may have one more day, which is a storyline that every Spider-Man fan hates, Brandon, because let me explain to you. So for a while, Peter was married to Mary Jane, and he was living an adult life. And Marvel thought that because he was an adult now, readers wouldn't read it as much. Like, younger readers would be like, oh, this guy's married, like, I'm not into Spider-Man anymore. So Mephisto showed up, which is who people think Doctor Strange is, being possessed by, and made a deal with him. He said, all right, I'll resurrect your Aunt May, which had died because of the events of Civil War in the comics, and you have to give me your marriage. So people hated it because they were like, we love seeing an adult Spider-Man. So they pulled the trigger on something that wasn't there, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm nerding out right now. I'm totally giving you a bunch of random stuff right now as a Spider-Man lover. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to it. There's so much more we're going to talk about after we watch Shang-Chi and the Eternals and everything else. So
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Brandon's gonna have no choice because we've already told him that if he does not watch the current Marvel movies, which he has, he's up to date. But if he ever falls back again, we're gonna break his kneecaps.
I was the first one, I think, to see Endgame in the theaters on the day of release, actually.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, because you remember I had threatened you and I told you better.
Yep.
You need to go watch it.
Yep.
Yeah, and you did, and you told me you really enjoyed it, and I was proud of you because you even beat me to it, which I'm usually the first one to go watch it out of all of us.
Yeah, but it was very cool though, seeing it like first day with everybody, because everybody's reaction to like the ending and the assembly, like everybody was freaking out at that moment, and the the whole cap with the Mjolnir, is that what it is?
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay, good. Okay, good. The whole cap with the Mjolnir, like it was such an experience, like for a first time, like big movie like that. But I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, of course. So, yeah, I'm just excited, man. I mean, there's nothing else I can really say to add on to it. I'm really excited. I really am.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we're going to lead into another part of excitement here, which I'm going to let Brandon nerd out about now. Yes. Brandon, unload your full thoughts on everything Pokemon related from that Pokemon Direct, man.
I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not playing. I'm playing.
You just turn off your camera.
Yeah,
like, I'm leaving. It's all right. I don't want to talk anymore.
I figured I'd say something that people weren't expecting.
It's funny because you caught me off guard. I'm like, what are you not going to enjoy?
Yeah. No, honestly, I'm really looking forward to both these games, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends of Arceus. Because Gen 4 was probably by far my favorite generation. Because that was besides like that was the first generation actually that where all three starters were a difficult choice because they all looked amazing.
For Diamond and Pearl, right?
Diamond and Pearl, yep. So Piplup, Chimchar, and Turtwig.
I agree.
It was such a hard choice. Like I still went with Water because that's what I usually go with, but the other two, like, they both looked amazing. So that's one reason I did like the region, but I did like the story and the evil team, Team Galactic, and so I'm really excited for the remix because we haven't seen really 3D models except in Pokemon Go, up past Gen 4 now because we've seen Gen 3 with Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, but I was on the 3DS, but and I'll be honest, I'm still like down the middle about the whole chibi style overworld.
I'm on the same place as you, man. I'm in the same place as you.
It's like in the battles look great. Like the whole background and the battle arenas look great. The Pokemon and the trainers and everything, and even the animation on the moves, they look really good. But then you got to go back into the overworld, which is where a majority of the stuff takes place. And I mean, and it's kind of cool. They at least brought back the clothes customization. You can get different outfits and stuff. So I kind of figured they had to keep that in. That was like ever since Gen 6 X and Y. That was like a big key point in new Pokemon games. But yeah, the new trailer didn't really show a whole lot except for like that you can go underground for the fossil hunting and the shard hunting and all that again. They got the Pokemon contest back, which I was never really a big fan of anyway. And
yeah, same here.
Yeah, I did it like once because they forced me to do it, and I never went back. It's always got to be one thing in every Pokemon game where it's like it just gets ignored completely. Like Sword and Shield was the curry making. I barely made curry.
I didn't. You just said it, and I forgot completely that you can even do that because I never did it either.
Yeah, for some reason they thought it was a good idea to make a curry dex, and there's 151 recipes, so you can complete that too. I didn't complete a single one. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
So they can make a curry dex, but they can't add those other Pokemon that people wanted, right?
Yeah. And
it's like we didn't ask for this.
Exactly. And I guess the supposed reasons were for to make improvements on the animation, but there really wasn't that many mind-blowing updated graphics because of that.
No.
It's still...
Speaking of which, Brandon, sorry to interrupt
no, there you go.
I never noticed how bad Typhlosion looks in 3D mode compared to 2D. That's one of my favorite fire Pokemon because he usually in like Gold and Silver he would have his like fire fur up, right? Like from around his neck. And then you look at him in the new one and it's just like down. I'm like, what the heck is that? I was like, does that thing even have fire? What is it doing? What's going on?
I guess it only activates when he's battling, I guess, or when he does an attack.
Yeah, and what is Typhlosion supposed to be?
I guess he's supposed to... I knew what it was. What the heck is he? It's not a weasel. Definitely
is it an Echidna?
He might be an Echidna, yeah. Either... something along that line. Or maybe...
Isn't it a hedgehog? I think it's a hedgehog,
because
right?
like the quills.
Yeah.
Quill
makes sense.
Oh, yeah, because he rolls up in a ball when he does his attack. Yeah, so, yeah. He's a hedgehog. And, yeah, I had the same thought with Empoleon in the Gen 4 starter.
Mm-hmm.
He looks very strange in 3D model. And so I definitely get what you're saying there. Yeah, I think the biggest question for a lot of people, though, is will there be Mega Evolution in this game? And will, like, the starters get new Mega Evolutions?
Yeah, because we haven't seen any for them.
Yeah, so that wasn't answered in the trailer at all. So hopefully down the line we get something.
Empoleon's gonna become Aquaman.
People were speculating like if his Mega is like he has like a trident, and
that'd be pretty cool.
He's like riding on a wave or something the whole time. I guess kind of like how Cinderace's G-Max is. He's on like the giant fireball.
Yeah,
I guess sort of like that in a way, but
I think is pretty cool.
That would be sick, and I think for Infernape a cool one would be I don't know, I wouldn't exactly know the design, but I feel like if the flames could turn white or blue or something, like a different color,
that'd be sick.
That would be great. And I don't know, Torterra, maybe just give him an extra bush or something.
No, but you know it's funny. Torterra is a great Pokemon, but nobody
really
likes
is.
him.
He is. I think it's because he's 4 times weak to water, or ice. I mean,
because ground and grass. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's why, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they could probably make his Mega Evolution that giant one from Pokemon Pikachu.
Yeah.
From Detective Pikachu. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess as far as bringing Diamond, Shine, and Pearl, that's probably about it. There might be like some other minor stuff I missed, but like I said, it wasn't nothing really too groundbreaking except for just seeing the updated graphics on it, which still, like I said, Overworld needs some work. But the Chibi Over style is very meh with me. I'll still play it for sure. But the big one, Legends of Arceus, I am really excited for that one because it's the game that Pokemon fans have been asking for years now. An overworld Pokemon game where we got the wild area, but it's kind of just condensed into one area, and going online, you get that super lag that happens.
Oh yeah.
So
horrible.
That's not really that great. I mean, it's still fun to like see all the Pokemon running around, but it's not exactly the Pokemon game or the open world that we were hoping for. But it looks like we're finally going to get it, and it looks a lot like, I don't know, like I would say Dark Souls, but probably not Dark Souls level. Maybe like Breath of the Wild, like as far as the difficulty, because I guess the Pokemon can attack you this time.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I made the joke that I'm going to throw hands with Ursaring
Yeah.
whenever he tries to attack me, but it's like you have to dodge out of the way. You don't attack back. You throw your Pokemon out to fight, but
yeah,
I find it kind of funny that you can kind of go to war like physically with
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, because I guess some Pokemon you have to like kind of change up your strategy. Some Pokemon will just walk up to you. Other Pokemon will run away from you if they detect you. Other Pokemon will attack you. And I guess there's a fourth one where they can go into an enrage mode, and they'll just nonstop try to attack you or kill. I won't say kill you. They'll nonstop try to put you in a coma. That's better.
Well, hey, what happened to you? I got chased by an Ursa ring. A magic cart flopped me to death.
That'd be hilarious. Look at Magikarp just splashing you to death.
Yeah, they finally did something.
Yeah. But as far as the battle style was very interesting.
Yeah.
Where you have to switch between the agile style and the strong style depending on your strategy. I guess as far as the strong style, it's basically if you're trying to finish it off. Or no, strong style is really to start the battle off with and then do like a big chunk of damage. And when it's low on health, you switch to your agile style so you can attack twice in a row instead of just once. So it's a bit of strategy that looks like that goes into it this time around. It definitely takes some adjustment to get used to because we're so used to just
fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, just like click this attack and they'll do it, and then that's the end of the turn. So yeah, it'll be very interesting, and of course my biggest question and a lot of shiny hunters' biggest questions: will there be shinies? Because this game takes place in ancient times, so before even Gen 1 apparently, and shinies I guess technically existed, but they weren't exactly discovered until the Red Gyarados in Gen 2. So they probably did exist, but they just didn't get discovered until that gen. So it's very unknown at this point. But if there are shinies, then they'll be in the overworld, like in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So that'll be pretty sick to see. I will be honest.
That would be. It would be really sick to see a shiny Ursaring chase me while I run away.
Yeah, it at least look a little pretty while it's attacking me.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it was pretty cool to see how big Manectric is. Not Manectric, I'm sorry, Luxray. How big Luxray is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, he's really big for like... I mean, I know he's supposed to be like a lion Pokemon, but...
Yeah.
It was really, like, eye-opening. I didn't expect that at all.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like... well, you know the fused fossils in Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Dracovish is actually very tall for what it looks like. I guess because the tail is extending up, so it's a little taller. But when I walked around with it in the Isle of Armor DLC, where they walk behind you, I didn't realize how big it actually was because I never actually used it on my team. But it is a very big Pokemon.
It's like, so, question for you: can you actually walk around with a Wailord if you wanted to?
I think so. I never tried that. I should actually try that.
I'm very curious because man, that is a.
Because that's the other weird thing. In the Isle of Armor, you see the Wailmer out in the ocean, and it's massive. But when you encounter it and you're in battle, it's the same size as like a, I don't know, Ursaring or something. It like somehow shrinks down like 5 times its size.
It's chibi style.
Yeah. It's the weirdest thing. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know. I mean, one thing that I took away from everything you were talking about for Arceus is I love the Growlithe alternative that they have there.
Yes.
That was the other thing. And then oh yeah, you were gonna get to that, right? I'm sorry, go right ahead.
No, actually I was about to end. I totally forgot about the variants in there.
Yeah. I like Basculegion.
Basculegion, yeah. And I guess Stantler has an evolution now. It was a weird something. I forgot.
Weird deer.
Weird deer, that's what it is.
Oh, I don't know. I just made that a weird deer.
I think it is. Let me Google that real quick. I think it is weird deer.
You imagine that, hey, this is my Pokemon Weird Deer. Hey, what's up, guys?
He's a very weird deer.
He just sits there and stares.
Stantler, Hisui, I guess. Stantler, Hisui, yep, it's weird deer.
He's a weird deer.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny though, because it means a lot to the region from what I was reading. That and then the Braviary variant.
Yes, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, you can ride Pokemon too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that kind of opened my eyes as to like what other variants will we see that they haven't shown us yet. So it'll be cool. It'll be cool and surprising to see what we encounter next.
Yeah, one of them is going to be a Magikarp that's a mob boss.
It's gonna be a Magikarp, but it's like the size of Gyarados, and then when it evolves, it shrinks down to Magikarp size.
Yeah, I think what's funny to me is like it doesn't talk, so somebody like he has two goons with him, and they're like, "Hey, boss, what you want me to do with him?" He just flops around a few times. Oh, all right, that's a good idea, and then just
flopping all day.
Yeah, you can tell me and you have too much time on our hands thinking about this type of humor.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon. But Brandon, I am looking forward to hearing you as things progress and as we get closer to January and November.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it October for the remakes or November?
November.
All right.
I wish it was October.
Yeah, they always do November. Mm-hmm. Always. So, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing what you think about them as we continue to progress toward that. And I am hoping that, this is their test at seeing how Pokemon works in an open world and they can perfect it as things go around, and that they kind of move away completely from just 2D, side-scrolling or whatnot,
Exactly.
Or like set paths for stuff, like let people just do what we do in Breath of the Wild, with getting to places and doing things. I think that's pretty cool. So,
and hopefully if they, not if, but when they do a Generation 9, they go with the same style as Arceus Legends, like the same graphics and gameplay.
So let me tell you, I'll end with this. So in Breath of the Wild, there are 3 dragons you can encounter that look like Rayquaza, like they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd probably be freaked out if I look up in the sky and I just see Rayquaza poking his head through a cloud, like, "Hey, what's up?"
Just playing peekaboo with you.
Yeah. It just leaves.
I'm just thinking of some as terrifying as Rayquaza, just playing peekaboo with you.
Yeah, and I already showed you those pictures about how freaked out I would be if like I was in the ocean or whatnot and like Kyogre was like under me, and I'm like,
yeah, that would be terrifying.
No, it would be. So, oh man, well, Beans, that brings us to the end of this episode for today.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for listening to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Anchor.fm, where you can find us under D-Pad Connect. And we also thank you for watching us on YouTube, where you can also find us under D-Pad Connect, where you can like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We would love if you can share this video with somebody who's passionate about gaming, comic books, nerdy things like we are. That would be great to spread the word. We have a Facebook community page, which you can also find us, surprise, D-Pad Connect. Yep. And if you have any topics, any ideas that you want us to talk about, feel free to comment on one of our posts, or just comment in the community if you're part of the community, and let us know what you want to see. So before we dismiss this episode into oblivion, Brandon, any final thoughts?
Don't play peekaboo with Rayquaza. He will eat you.
That is very true, or hyper beam you in the face.
Yeah.
So well, have you seen the Deoxys movie? He did that to Deoxys.
Oh, yes.
Remember, he popped up from the water and like just shot him in the face, pretty much, with a hyper beam.
And the thoughts that were going through Deoxys' mind was like, where did I go wrong in life?
Mama said I could have been an electrician, and here I am.
And then I were beamed right in the face.
Yo, that I don't think they do Rayquaza any justice, and I always say Rayquaza because he is massive.
Yeah,
and they never do him any justice, like how big he actually is.
Mm-hmm.
In like the shows and stuff. I think they want to show you like, hey, you can catch him. It's like, no, I can't catch that godly being. Look at him. Yeah. I'm gonna let him fly in the sky. I ain't gonna fight him.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like the Arceus behind you about to stomp out that mountain. Well, from us to you, remember, as always, to be well and nerd on, guys. We will see you guys on the next one.